So I was gonna sneeze. Welcome back, everybody. Episode 22. Suplex Biddies.
Featuring a little coronavirus.
Brought to you by Couch Guys Sports. Go use the internet one time and check out all the blogs and all the things within the network, within Couch Guy. Check out some other podcasts like the Yellow Card podcast. Let's see, just to name a few off the top of my head.
Selfish plug.
Small Say Big Takes. High Heat Fantasy Baseball.
The
drawing blanks on names. I was shameless plug. Thank you, Hunter. Let's see. Suplex Biddies. That's us. We're very good. We're knowledgeable. We like to talk about the graps. Yeah.
We do. Yeah.
We get a couple of the podcasts on the network that are coming soon. Can't wait for those as well. Stay tuned. But yeah, no. So with me tonight, as always, we have myself, the sneezing giant, Chris Jones, the host, alongside my co-hosts. We have Diego Slim Cut Galvez. I don't know. I just looked at your head and it looks slim and a nice cut. Nice cut to smack. And then we have Andrew. I can open your door and perfectly timed Hugh Hunneman.
Andrew, my organs are failing, Hunneman. Great.
That's the one.
Oh my God.
This show is off the rails already.
I don't know what to tell you.
It all started with the fake sneeze. What a way to open an episode. Again, also the Suplex Biddies podcast is brought to you by Manscaped. Best in the biz when it comes to massage gun, percussion therapy. They're the best at it.
Did you say Manscaped?
No.
You
I
did.
said best in the business.
He definitely
No, you said Manscaped.
At massage gun.
Manscaped and Exogun, right?
Bro, there's too many fucking sponsors to keep track of them now. All right, back on track with Exogun, the best when it comes to massage therapy. Percussion therapy, they're the best at it. Trust me when I tell you. Go to exogun.com. Use code CGS10 to get 10% off at checkout. It comes with a charger and a carrying case. You get a massage at a moment's notice. Trust me, as someone who has it, I use it after every workout. I use it before playing sports nowadays because, I'm old. Can't do that anymore. Trust me, it works like a charm. Mm-hmm. Listen here, you fucking hyena laugh. Galvez, get out of here. All right.
Manscaped.
It looks like you could use a massage in that head because your head be spinning in the wrong ways. Manscaped? Since when is Manscaped giving out massages out here? First they're taking care of your balls and now massages too.
They do it all. They do it all.
Apparently in my head, Manscaped massages my balls. Don't know.
Here's a handy with a smile.
So funny. Let's go. All right. Next weekend is a busy weekend when it comes to wrestling. So we're going to start right away. First, we're going to give NXT Takeover predictions, which I know is happening on Sunday and SummerSlam's on Saturday. I'm still thrown off by it, but we're going to talk about Takeover first because there's not enough to talk about, I think, because there's only 5 matches. With the SummerSlam card, we have 8 right now, and I want to give it a little bit more time. So let's start with NXT Takeover. And the first match we're going to start off with is for the $1 Million Championship. LA Knight versus Cameron Grimes with Ted DiBiase. And if Cameron Grimes loses, then Ted DiBiase must become LA Knight's butler. So, gentlemen. Okay. Who wants to go first? And who do you think is going to walk out of NXT TakeOver 36 as the $1 Million Champion?
Diego? Mm-hmm.
I'll let you go first. You had a rough night. It looks like you could go first.
I did. Thank you. Cameron Grimes coming in with the big W, in my opinion, because it seems like this storyline's about to come full circle. They've been building it up. He's very over, and he's done very well. And I think he is going to take the cake and get the Ted DiBiase on a pole match, doing a great job.
It's Cameron Grimes for the buns, man.
Yeah.
Little soft serve at the top of the head. Mr. Galvez, what do you got for me?
I think I'm going to go with Cameron Grimes as well. I think I agree with much of what Hunneman just said. I think the storyline can develop from here. So.
All It would just be something for Ted DiBiase of his stature to be someone's butler at any point.
This is true.
But unfortunately, I don't think this is the time that we're going to see it. I think Cameron Grimes wins his first title in NXT, which it's a shame that it's the $1 million title and not the North American title, which is the title we haven't seen defended in quite some time, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So
since Swerve Scott won it, right? They haven't done one defense, I don't think.
They've been feuding with Legado del Fantasma.
Yep.
I'm actually surprised that that's not on the card.
Yet. Yeah, probably not. They usually only stick with 5 matches. So yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's move into the next one. Let's move into the NXT UK Championship. Walter, the champion, versus Dragunov.
Ilya Dragunov.
Yeah, that's the one.
Ilya Shagnovich coming in hot.
Nope, not him. Ilya Dragunov. All right, I'll lead the discussion here. This is going to be a very great match, and I can't wait.
Yep.
And it's going to be very underwhelming on the card because it should be much higher up, but because I feel like it's not a big enough match for the States, I think it's going to end up being like the second match.
Yeah.
And I think Walter's retaining regardless, but I think that this match should be a little bit later on the card, but unfortunately, we'll see it right after this $1 million championship match, and Walter will pin Ilya Dragunov to retain NXT UK. I almost said women's champion, NXT UK champion.
They've really built up Dragunov very, very well. Like he just is so much smaller, but he's a maniac. And he had a nice little match with Pete Dunne on Tuesday night, and you got a little sneak peek of what was to come. And I think we've all seen, their first encounter, and that was a 5-star match, I believe. The Meltzman rated it a 5-star, but it was just hard hitting, 2 dudes beating the absolute piss out of one another and getting slapped and caving in chests. It's going to be the same thing. And like you said, I think it'll be the second match. Maybe it might even open the show, because you got to imagine there's going to be obviously the Undisputed Era. Maybe it's going to be the main event. Actually, I don't even know how they're going to do this. This is a very good question.
I know how they're going to do this, but yeah. Go ahead.
I'm going to say Walter retains, but I would not be surprised if there was a title change, not to cop out, but sticking with Walter because that's my guy.
I didn't know we had cop out on him, man.
Sorry, dude.
Diego?
I'm going to go with the guy that's a huge Manscaped fan. I'm just kidding.
Chris Jones. Got it. Next question.
Interference, no, Chris Jones.
I mean, actually, this is a really, really good card match here. They're both tremendous talent, but I do think that with the amount of build-up that Dragunov has had coming onto this match right now, rather than just like an NXT UK show or something like that, I think the title changes. So I think it goes for Ilya Dragunov.
Very cool.
I wouldn't hate it, but it's just unless Walter's going to come over to the US and start fighting now, I don't see why they take the title off him. That's my only issue.
I think with a lot of COVID restrictions and all that stuff, because they're still around, I think that's why they're looking to change the title, and that's why Dragunov would get the edge.
Could be. Yeah, he's been champion. Obviously, there was the shutdown with COVID and everything, but he's been champion for Lord knows how many days at this point. Was it up in the 600s?
Walter has been champion for 863 plus days.
I was gonna say 800, but I thought I was way off. That's wild.
863 plus days.
Wow. Jesus, man, what a run!
It's 2.5 years, basically.
Yeah, I saw him win it back in freaking WrestleMania weekend in 2019, and he's still champion.
Know what the funny thing is? I think it's a longer title reign than CM Punk's.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah,
Punk's was 434 days.
What's that? I thought it was in the 60s.
No,
434.
Fucking, come on. I can't tell ads. You think I can do math? Yeah, come on. It's too late for this. All right, let's move on to the NXT Women's title match. Raquel Gonzalez versus Dakota Kai. The turn that we saw coming only because Jones read a report.
Dude, it's a bloody, it's not say bloody feud, but there's some heat behind this feud. They finally are doing the big payoff where the mentor turns on the mentee, and I'm gonna go with Dakota Kai because I still think they're gonna call Raquel up. and Dakota Kai very much deserves a run because of how well she's done, and she's just been one of the backbones of that women's division for however many years it's been now. I would like to see her. I'm going to go with her, and then Raquel gets called up to SmackDown or Raw because they're going to need the shot in the arm.
I'll go. She just got so much back, bro. I don't know how she loses. I really don't.
She's very powerful. I don't know.
I'm gonna go different with you. I think Raquel retains here.
Mm-hmm.
I think this rivalry is gonna get a little bit. It's gonna go a little longer. I think there needs to be a little bit more of a payoff for it. So I'm gonna say Raquel retains.
Cool.
Her back's the size of Dakota Kai's forearm. I think like
that's pretty small forearm. Is that a big forearm? Small back? How would that forearm?
Maybe I meant to say left arm, dude. I don't know. It's too late. Diego?
I think Raquel retains it simply because of all the unfortunate cuts that were made on NXT, and with what Vince reportedly said of no midget storyline, seeing that Raquel has basically dominated that division. It's just simple. It's just she just keeps it.
Mm-hmm.
Diego, can you say Raquel Gonzalez's name with that thick accent of yours?
What, Raquel Gonzalez?
No, I want to hear with the rolling of the tongue.
He wants the tongue roll.
Raquel Gonzalez. There you go.
No, see, I wanted like a longer roll. That's fine. We'll move on.
I'm not gonna have you sploosh. All right, you literally just bathed in Manscaped, and that's why you couldn't get it off.
Huge whack. Whack.
I'm thinking about it.
Those weeds needed a little bit of whacking, and you got a lot more than what you bargained for.
All right, let's move on to co-main event. NXT Championship. Yep, NXT Championship is not the main event tonight. On Sunday, next Sunday. Jesus. It has to be, yeah.
Yeah.
Karrion Kross versus Mojo. Diego, I'll let you.
Samoa wins it. I mean, it's clear. They want Karrion Kross on the main roster. He's made the move already. Now it's just time to officially transition that over, and Samoa takes over NXT.
There you go. I am with Diego. I believe that Mojo is going to be your new champion, and then he's going to be their big name to help carry the brand forward in whatever this transitional phase seemingly is going to be coming in with the changes they're going to make.
He's going to be the Christian of DCW. I'm going to hate it.
Hey, at least he's back in the ring, man. We love us some Samoa Joe. It's just such a weird. I mean, we can talk about it for if you guys don't mind. How mad do you think Triple H is with how they've been throwing him on Raw and just ruining his aura, and then coming back to NXT and having to pretend like it's like nothing happened?
Yep.
Like it's so illogical. It's ridiculous. Like the dude, I still think, again, never been a big Cross guy. I think we've been over that. I think without his entrance theatrics and without Scarlett, he just loses a lot of his mystique. He just looks like another bald, muscle guy. I hope that they call her up too and just give him something type of establishment up on the main roster. But am I stuttering too much?
No, not at all.
And what was I gonna say? Now I'm fucked up. So Jones,
what is going on here? What is happening to the show?
I don't know. Some dude just opened my door and like mooned me and like waved his nuts, and like I was laughing at that. It was weird. That's not even my roommate, It's a weird.
Just some
night.
random.
Yeah, maybe he's moving in. Maybe that's the new roommate. Cool.
I've met your new roommate. I hope it's not him.
But carry on. Cross.
Ready for how Mojo is going to win the title? Scarlett's going to come out, and the ref's just going to look at him and be like, "You can't be here. You can't be here." And then Samoa Joe's going to hit Karrion Kross with his muscle buster, make him tap the fuck out, pass the fuck out, whatever it happens.
You think he's actually going to bring back the muscle buster?
I hope so.
He hasn't done that in so long.
We'll see.
He almost killed a guy by accident, but
yeah, well, it's fun. If it's Karrion Kross, he's all right. But no, I think Joe's our new champion moving forward.
Yep.
Same.
All right.
It's
2
unanimous.
out of 3 falls, aka 3 stages of hell. 100% going to be the main event. The
I would
payout.
hope so. I would hope so.
Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole, baby. First match is just a singles match. Kyle O'Reilly just wants one-on-one. Stage 2 is a street fight picked by Adam Cole. And if necessary, Fall 3 is a steel cage match.
And
now, real quick.
It'll be necessary. Like, come on.
Real quick. Does anybody else wish that the Fall 3 was something else besides a steel cage?
What would you want it to be? I thought a steel cage was a pretty good ender for the feud.
I would have wanted a no holds bar.
Well, you're going to get the street fight.
That's kind of the street fight, you know?
I don't know. I was thinking something more like last man standing, like Hell in a Cell, like something big.
And I quit match. That would have been nice.
That would have been cool.
I think something like that as well would have been a good one. I don't know. But again,
it's weird that the first match is just a singles match.
What O'Reilly wanted.
Yeah.
Wants to pin him clean. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Who do we think is going to walk away from that one? Do we think Adam Cole, is this his last match in WWE?
For WWE stock, I hope not.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna have to say Kyle O'Reilly wins it because it seems like they've been trying to make this third star, you know, from, I shouldn't say third star, but second star from there. And Undisputed Era, Roddy's pretty good. You're making Kyle O'Reilly your next guy. Cole can move on to whatever greener pastures he decides upon, whether that's the main roster or a separate company. Kyle O'Reilly's going to get a nice, heartfelt moment and a win, and it's going to be a good freaking match. You know that these dudes are going to beat the piss out of each other.
I can't wait to.
It's going to go like. Do you think it's going to go like 45 minutes to an hour, like all together? Yeah.
I can't wait to go to sleep Sunday night and lay in bed comfy and go. I'm sports entertained because of this match.
Yeah, right. Agreed.
But I think Cole wins the singles. O'Reilly wins the street fight. O'Reilly wins steel cage. KOR. Okay. Let's go. Kyle O'Reilly.
Diego.
Mr. Galvis.
Yeah, I'm writing the same with you guys. I think Kyle O'Reilly should win this one. Him being basically the babyface in this match. Really, it's important to add that onto the tagline here. Yeah, I mean, not anything else that you guys haven't said already. I think Kyle O'Reilly wins it.
Very cool.
All right. Let's move on to, we're going to go back a day. We're going to go SummerSlam. Big bouts happening at the party of the summer, SummerSlam. Let's start off with what I think will probably open the show.
The meat slapper. Let's get to the meat slapper.
Big meaty man slapping meat.
Well, we got to wait on that. Sheamus and Damian Priest for the United States title.
Yep.
What are some thoughts there? Sheamus retain? Does Damian Priest become the new United States champion?
Got to be Priest.
I'm riding with Priest in this one.
Yeah. Sheamus has been champion since WrestleMania. It's about time.
Yeah.
New in there. Priest is a great guy to give that first title to establish him as technically a mid-card guy, could be a main event guy. He's done great, man. Everything he's done has been. He transitioned well from NXT. You don't see that very often.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm excited about, and I hope.
I wonder why.
I agree.
Wonder why.
I know. I would like to see that continue.
How many times has Sheamus defended the title?
That is a good question because he usually does open challenges, but they're not for the title on Raw. And that's when he was feuding with like Ricochet and Carrillo and all that good stuff. Probably like 4 or 5 times. Maybe I don't remember.
Has he defended it on a pay-per-view?
Yes. Because we all thought he was going to drop it recently to somebody, and he ended up.
What pay-per-view did he do it on?
Might have been the last one.
Was it Money in the Bank? I don't remember it in Money in the Bank.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, he wasn't Money in the Bank. Not a Money in the Bank. Don't remember him at Hell in a Cell. Not a Hell in a Cell.
I don't think it's been as of recent that he's defended that championship, to be honest with you.
I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah,
he didn't He didn't even defend it at rest. So this is the first time on pay-per-view that he's had the U.S. title that he's defending it.
Okay.
Oh, he's fucking losing. Damian Priest, baby. At the train.
Well, I still think, I think they gave Sheamus the reward for being just one of those guys that's just been phenomenal through the pandemic. Give him a nice little bit of recognition, let him work with a lot of the younger guys, get them established. And now it's time to pass the torch.
Just think about it this way. Look at the big push that Damian Priest has gotten. Got to work basically with bringing Bad Bunny during a terrible time in the pandemic with no
Bad Bunny
and whatnot. Having a good storyline developed there. Bad Bunny ending his time at WWE in Bad Bunny fashion with the move that surprised us all that he would even pull. Now this storyline with Miz and whatnot, just make it funny and entertaining. He's been real good at making that happen. It's time to see what the next step is, and I think this is the next step for him to become the U.S. champion and see what he can do with that from here. So
I'm riding Priest.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so we're all got Priest there. All right, Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal with Veer and Shanky.
I can't believe that's on the card. I mean, I get it because it's Drew McIntyre, but I don't know.
It's such a waste of time.
Yeah.
I'm going with Jinder Mahal.
Really?
Yeah.
You think this feud's gonna keep going, or?
No, I think this is a opportunity for them to transition out of this feud. That Jinder Mahal finally get into his piece of things and get more involved, and for Drew to find a new storyline, which he desperately needs because the storyline is dragging way too long. It's pathetic. It's boring. Tasteless.
Yeah, it seems like it was just done to get him out of the main event scene for a little while, just to like move him down the card a little bit, but keep him busy. And I'm gonna pick McIntyre just because I think he's gonna end up with the title by the end of the year. I don't know if it'll be Survivor Series, but I feel like they might go back to Drew Roman, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay. We will see. For Survivor Series.
Well, let me open my crystal ball here. Because this never happens, especially with wrestling takes. But I agree with Diego.
Oh, okay.
I think the modern day Maharaja
is going to pull it off.
Is going to pull it off, and this thing is going to get dragged because that's all they do with Drew McIntyre is they milk the shit out of it.
Drag it through the dirt. Let's go. 3 more months, baby. Woo.
Jinder Mahal wins this one over Drew McIntyre. Calling it now.
I think that's fair.
All right. Let's move on to the Raw Women's Championship triple threat match. Nikki Ash, Charlotte Flair, and Rhea Ripley. Real quick, before I say anything, did anybody else see Andrade versus Kenny Omega
for AAA?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Did you see who came out with Andrade?
Nature Boy.
Ric Flair.
Yep.
So the rumors are swirling. Is Charlotte going with them?
There was a picture of them backstage. Like she was at the show apparently with them. Like so she was like pulled off a live event Saturday to go to that. So I don't know. I don't think she's going anywhere. They would pay her so much money to not lose her, man.
But see, here's the thing.
They fire anybody at this point. You know, I don't know. Yeah, sure.
But here's the thing though. The Charlotte now, I don't want to throw this take out there, but I'm gonna
throw the take.
Is Charlotte Flair that good if she wasn't in WWE? If she had to change her style and be able to adjust, do you think she'd be better or worse in another company like AEW than she would be in WWE?
She'd be way better.
You think?
Oh yeah.
I think she might be a little worse, to be honest.
I would say she'd be worse, yeah.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
She would have to think about it this way. She would really have to develop her character strongly. If it wasn't for Ric Flair already having the background and the connections to WWE to help her build that momentum to be able to come into WWE and get going right from the get-go, she wouldn't be Charlotte Flair.
I just think think of the style that they run on Raw and SmackDown, like on the main roster, and when she came up from NXT, she had to adjust a little bit. So it took her a little bit of time. I think having her adjust with something, say like just for example, AEW, they run a completely different style where it's a little bit more brutal than WWE. Can Charlotte do stuff like that? I don't quite know, to be honest. I think that's my take on that.
All right.
But
I disagree, but that's fine.
That's why you're the wrestling aficionado and Diego and I are the two idiots. One's hosting
No,
the podcast.
that doesn't mean you're wrong.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, that doesn't
You're the
mean
one
you're
that
wrong.
you're the one that messed up the ads. You're the bigger idiot. Get out of here.
Well, you didn't let me finish. I said one of us
Use
is
the
the idiot
internet
that
one
hosts the
time.
podcast, and the other one's the idiot that sits there and presses the button that lets us record the podcast. All right. What do we think for this triple threat match? Because I don't think it's going to last long at all. If it lasts longer than 10 minutes, I'm going to be surprised.
I'm going with Ripley.
Okay. I'm saying Nikki Ash because I just don't want her to lose the title yet because I have enjoyed her.
The only reason I'm going with Rhea is because I think Charlotte will be far too focused in delivering a statement beat down to Nikki Ash for how she pulled off the steal. And I think in that distraction, Nikki Ash will be able to do her damage, but Rhea would just come out of nowhere and do one of those just I don't know where just
Riptide
filling over, and that's it. Game over.
See,
game over.
I think I hate the fact that I'm agreeing with Diego, but I think it's going a little bit different. I think it's a little bit different.
I would love it if she won the title back.
So
man.
she's
great.
I'm gonna say Ripley again, but I think what happens is Charlotte is going to zone in on beating the shit out of Nikki Ash, and just to do it, go for like the figure eight, raise him and stomp on her midsection, hit a riptide, and then literally hit another riptide on Nikki Ash and win the title.
Sold.
Yep.
I thought Ripley dropped it too early anyway, so I'd love that. I'll stick with Nikki. Yeah. So none of us think Charlotte's gonna win, right?
Oh well, I think for everybody in WWE's sake, I hope not.
I know, right?
Because unless someone else unless Big E's cashing the Money in the Bank, I don't want to see her with the belt around her waist.
Big E cash. That'd be great.
Two meaty men stabbing me. Charlotte might be. All right, let's move on to the SmackDown tag titles. The Usos versus Ray and his son, Dominic.
The Usos and Dominic's going to turn on his dad, and it's going to be stupid.
You think it's going to happen at SummerSlam? I think. I think it's
You
going to work.
You don't think it'll happen yet?
Not yet. I think they're gonna work their way into it a little bit more.
They tease it again on SmackDown. That's why I'm thinking it.
They're gonna keep teasing it. It's be like a dick tease. You never know what's coming.
They really should not break them up because
I agree. 100%.
If Dominic is on his own, I don't think that man lasts very long, especially as like trying to be a heel with the way he wrestles, dude. All the flippy shit, like no, that's really hard to be a heel and have that type of arsenal.
Remember when Ricochet tried to be a heel? Didn't work.
Yeah.
All right, so Hanuman's got the Usos.
Usos, baby.
I also have the Usos because I think they're the better overall tag team and they'll get the job done. But they'll do what they do best and make other tag teams look strong. And that's what they're going to do with Ray and Dominic. Diego, I accidentally wrote the Usos down for you. I hope I don't have to cross it out and change it.
You do. And I'm going with the Mysterious. I think we see one of the very last performances from Rey Mysterio here. And this is one for the ages to close it down against one of arguably another one of the best tag teams in WWE history. I think we see a very good Rey Mysterio performance.
Okay. Cool.
I just thought of the fucking most WWE thing ever.
What?
Imagine. I'm trying to think of a heel on SmackDown right now.
You want Ray to turn heel on Dominic?
Nope. I'm trying to think of a heel on SmackDown.
Yeah, heel Rey Mysterio in 2021.
I'm trying to think. Give me some heels that aren't in anything big right now. Give me some heels that are on SmackDown.
Baron Corbin?
Baron Corbin.
Apollo Crews, since he just lost the title to King Nakamura?
Sami Zayn.
Maybe.
Sami Zayn?
Ooh, that might be a good one. Imagine
he's been MIA, huh?
Hey, so ready for this? Imagine just for an example, we use Sami Zayn. No, hear me out here. Sami Zayn tells Ray that him and a partner of his choosing could beat him and his son any day of the week, and the partner of his choosing just happens to be Dominic Mysterio, just like they did with
Cody and
Ted
Hardcore
DiBiase.
Holly back in the day.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Just Diego just put the thought in my head.
My
I'm just
partner's
throw it
already
out
out here.
I'm gonna
man,
throw-
that whole thing.
I'm gonna throw it out there. It probably won't happen. I'm just gonna throw it out in the stratosphere.
All right.
Just in case it does happen, I can say, hey, remember episode 22.
All right.
But I was just using what's his face as an example. I don't think it'll be Sami Zayn, but like something of like that magnitude. All right,
Yeah.
so 4. Let's talk Belair and Sasha Banks for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Is it boss time again, or is Bianca
Boss time.
retaining?
I'm going Bianca.
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Any thoughts on Bianca, or just because?
I think she has just done phenomenally with this time at the top, and she's seized the moment. And I think Vince McMahon loves having her as his champion. She's doing a lot more media stuff, everything like that. I don't see her dropping it yet. I feel like she's gonna have one of those Becky Lynch type runs where it goes for a while. And I don't think what's Sasha gonna do and come back and win the title? I mean, there's a draft in a couple months. You figure Sasha's probably moving to Raw, or are they gonna move Belair to Raw? It's not time yet. Of all those female champions that came out of WrestleMania, I see her going for a while.
It's not boss time yet?
No.
All right.
I don't think so.
Diego?
I'm gonna disagree here. I can't say that I don't agree with what Hahnemann says, because I think, Belair has done a great job with carrying herself and branding herself here in WWE. But I think in an effort to get what all the fans have wanted to see, this is important to see Sasha Banks win it to piss off enough Becky Lynch to want to come back. And then we could see a triple threat match between the three to see who is really running the show.
Cool. Very cool.
So who'd you say, Diego?
I'm going with Sasha, but I'm not 1,000% confident about it.
It's boss time.
Sasha with a sprinkle of Becky Lynch return.
Yeah. I'm not 1,000% sold on it, but
I'm going to agree with Hunman. I think Becky Lynch is. Well, I'm sorry. I'm going to agree that Becky Lynch returns with Diego, but I'm going to agree with Hunman that Bianca Belair retains the title.
I hope that's the case.
And Becky
I would love
comes out
that.
and says,
Yeah.
"You're not the man. I am."
I'm the man.
I would love
Tyrese
that.
Jackson of hers. All right. Let's just get this idiotic match out of the way.
Big meaty man.
Bobby Lashley, Goldberg, WWE title match. Bobby Lashley retains. Hopefully, Big E cashes in. That's all I'm saying. Listen. All I'm gonna say in this match is I hope that Bobby Lashley kicks the shit out of him, and then Brock Lesnar comes back, kicks the shit out of Bobby, and then Big E cashes in, and that's it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, the thing, I was all in for the Big E cash in. And now I'm kind of trying to figure out, because Corbin stole the briefcase on Friday for whatever reason. So they're running with that now. So I don't know if they're going to feud over that. And it's going to be like a little cat and mouse game when he tries to get the briefcase back. So I don't know if he's going to have it back in time for it.
Swear to fucking Christ, I will kill everybody.
He won't cash in, I don't think. But I
will fight Baron Corbin with my fists.
Yeah, they would be very ill-advised to steal that moment from Big E as far as the fan base would be concerned, I imagine.
WWE would be considered racist for the rest of the time.
Probably. Yeah, probably. But I'm going with Bobby Lashley because I think Goldberg needs to go away. Yep, he can go to the Saudi Arabia show. And that's it. That's all we need. Yep.
Hunman, who's Booby? That's what I have in your notes. Booby Lashley?
Yeah, Booby Lashley.
Is that him? Okay.
He's got big boobies. Have you seen those? Have you seen that man's chest?
If they got boobies, they're good wrestlers. Just remember that.
Exactly. Remember Triple H's pecs?
I don't think girls are hot unless they have big tits.
You should point out that that's not actually what you mean, and you're making.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm making fun of one of my friends. I'm so sorry. I'm 100% sorry.
Fucking idiot said that one time.
every single woman is beautiful in this world.
Exactly.
Some just might not be my cup of tea. That's all. Diego, would you like
don't
to
bring the family
dignify
this?
Once in my life. Would you like to dignify this horrific match with a response on who you think will win?
Goldberg.
You want me to say Goldberg? Okay, Goldberg. No, I'm just kidding. I think
I was gonna shut my mic off. I was on the record. I was gonna shut my mic off if you said Goldberg.
I think I'd say Bobby Lashley win it, but I think this is one of those instances where this match actually drags a little too long. Bobby gets win it, and I see Big E cashing.
I would love that, man. That'd be a great moment for Big E finally getting the title.
Diego, I'm going to tell you, I love you. Don't use the word Goldberg and dragging in the same sentence, please. Because the only thing he's dragging is his fat ass from one side of the ring to the other.
If I'm in that man's shape at age 53 or 54,
I was gonna say
I'll call it a win.
Fat in that body, yeah. I was gonna say
he's just a little past his prime. But if I look like that when I'm 50,
listen.
If I could deliver a jackhammer,
there is a
jackhammer
jackhammer in that body that I would consider fat. So that's all I'm saying. Let's go. Co-main event of SummerSlam. Edge versus Seth Rollins.
Is he talking about Goldberg's Manscaped situation?
I think so.
Like, what the hell is going on?
We talking about wieners, dude? We talking about some peen?
I'm talking about the co-main event, Edge versus Seth Rollins. What are we doing?
Talking about Club 15 over here. Look at that.
Fucking, I didn't know we went Rule 34 in this bitch.
I was just gonna say that.
Come on.
This just went from 69 to now 70. All right.
Hey.
All right. Rated R Superstar.
You think that's the co-main event?
Yeah, 100%.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the main event is Reigns and Cena.
I agree. I just don't necessarily see. I thought Sasha and Belair would be the co-main event.
No.
Really?
It'd be the third, most important event.
So here's my take on it. And obviously you don't want to do 3 SmackDown matches to end the show.
Right.
But there's no way that Bobby Goldberg is even sniffing the co-main event scene.
Yeah.
I would agree. I think hopefully that's like mid card somewhere.
Hopefully that opens the card because I want to get it over with.
Just get it over with, yeah.
All right. Edge versus the Drip King, the Friday Night Messiah, Seth freaking Rollins. Seth Rollins almost killed him once. Don't forget that.
He did.
What are our thoughts on Edge versus Seth? Is this a one-off? Is this a one-off, or is this going to be a rivalry?
I think it's going to be Edge, and I think like you might have said this an episode or two ago, Jones, where it's going to lead to there being a championship match after this pay-per-view. Could be a triple threat, could be a fatal four-way, depending on how Reigns Cena goes. But I think you're going to see both of them mixing it up for a while, because as you said, as we know, WWE likes to drag shit out, and I think Edge could use the win, but I wouldn't put it by Rollins to have some shenanigans. Like this could be one of those matches that's a 15-minute sprint and then fucking like a roll up with tights wins the match, and then everyone's gonna get pissed. So I'm hoping that's not the case, but typically that's what happens when you prolong something. So we will see, but I think Edge needs the win after, getting his title match stolen from him the second time.
Diego?
I'm going with Edge as well. I think I think that's a really good storyline. I think actually this match will be a lot like the Randy Orton versus Edge match, where they just beat the living lights out of each other.
Yeah. It's got a lot of heat. Their promos have been great. Like they're two of the best talkers, man.
Yeah. Those two have done a very good job at bringing this product.
Easily selling this match with like, maybe you really think they kind of hate each other. Because again, Rollins did try to kill him that one time. Literally.
All right. So, Hahnemann, I do agree with what you were saying about what I was saying, but I think it's going to be a little bit, they're going to flip it a little bit here. I think Rollins beats Edge here. I think Rollins wins at SummerSlam. I think what happens is they write Edge off the TV, and basically for Rollins' next title match, which will probably be either the next pay-per-view or the pay-per-view after that, probably the one maybe potentially right before Survivor Series. You have Edge come out, cost Rollins, like Rollins costed Edge, full circle. You get Rollins versus Edge and like a last man standing or whatever at Survivor Series. Edge, you don't have to do Edge versus Rollins the entire time, but with the long-term story booking of Rollins costing Edge and then Edge costing Rollins, I think you set up their SummerSlam, their Survivor Series feud. So I think Rollins wins this one. Cool. Just so Edge can get written off TV for a little bit, take a little bit of a break. And then Rollins can get the one-on-one title match. And once Edge costs him, then we set up that big feud. Main event. Boy, if you didn't watch Friday Night SmackDown, I highly suggest you watch it. Just based off of the segment that Roman Reigns and John Cena had alone.
Dude, what a mouth off.
Listen,
it was so good.
From Roman Reigns saying missionary wasn't good, just ask Nikki Bella. To John Cena saying that Roman almost ruined Seth Rollins and drove Dean Ambrose out of WWE.
That was a beauty. When he mentioned Dean Ambrose getting out of WWE, that pop from the crowd was just
the physicality.
That was poetic justice.
Can I say one thing that I really loved about Cena's promo here? Cena's promo. He wasn't, you know how back in the day when John Cena was like, when he was basically the face of the company, and in every fucking promo, he was basically like, like the champ is here, like you can't see me, this, that, and that. Did you realize in this promo that he was humble?
Yeah.
And that basically the entire thing is all he was saying is all I need is 1, 2, 3.
Right.
That's all he was saying.
Yep.
The entire time.
They also dropped a little.
Excited.
It's going to be a great match. They dropped a little hint in there too. I saw a cut up version of it on YouTube, so I didn't see the entire thing, but there was one thing they said about how Cena could take the title and like dip back to Hollywood, kind of like how CM Punk did so back in the day. And Cena even followed up on that by posting that picture of Punk blowing the Vince McMahon a kiss on the barricade on his Instagram. So
that's funny.
Dude, so basically, he can get away with all that shit because it's John. They don't need John Cena. Doesn't need them. They need John Cena.
Basically, what John said is Roman, you can just become the answer to our trivia question. Who did John Cena beat to become the 17-time world champion?
Yep.
Because all I'm going to do is beat you 1, 2, 3. I'm going to take the title. I'm going to jump the barricade. I'm going to celebrate with all the fans in the Allegiant Stadium. And that's it.
Yep.
All right. Amen. Talks. Let's go.
I don't want to go first on this one because I'm still deciding. I don't know.
I'm gonna Diego, ready? We're gonna do odds on. Think of a number between 1 to 5.
69.
All right, think of it. Don't say it out loud. And on the count of 3, you and I are gonna say it at the same time. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 2.
2.
Diego, you go first.
Oh God. I'm actually gonna go with Cena. I think it's time. I think the crowd wants to see it. The product needs to see it, and the company needs to see it. Considering all the bad shit that they've had going on with all these releases and all that stuff, it's time to kind of give them a little bit of extra support. And this is where Cena is really good at bringing people together to have interest in WWE. I think this is a great opportunity for Reigns to potentially. Speaking of the draft, like this is a great opportunity for Cena to be able to be the main guy at SmackDown, and Reigns to be the main guy at Raw, and be able to finally give Raw some sort of product to work with.
Yeah.
I mean, Cena's. I was trying to pull up the figure, but I saw a report on the ratings for SmackDown. They hit like 2.5 million, I believe, which was like a huge jump from the week before.
Yep.
And you know who was advertised for that show? John Cena and Roman coming face to face. So I would love to see John Cena get that 17th title because I think this is going to be his last run. They've also been taglining it the summer of Cena. So I can't imagine him losing to Roman and then dipping that soon. So he's only been back for like a month.
Yeah.
So if he's committed to like the end of the year or the Royal Rumble, whatever it is, perfect. And I'm gonna go with Cena just because I think, like Diego said, I think that the product needs it at this moment in time. And it would be very interesting to see how they spin Roman's character for losing that, because then he's no longer head of the table. He lost his championship. So that has a lot of potential. So I'd like to see where that would go.
I mean, I'm going to agree with you guys and say that Cena wins, but I'm trying to think of the timeline here. And to be completely honest with you, I could see, oh man, my what's the next WWE pay-per-view after SummerSlam?
Survivor Series?
Wasn't it Extreme Rules? Because they flipped.
It is Extreme Rules.
Yeah, they flipped
so that's
selling Extreme Rules.
That's the middle of September. Okay. So
well, that's what I was saying too, like with the Edge Rollins thing. If this turned into like a fatal 4-way scenario at Extreme Rules.
Like I said, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't hate it, but I think we're gonna get like a 1v1. And I think potentially Cena here would be a bad little spot. And you basically have Roman versus like Cesaro. You do that little feud again just to see who gets the next shot.
Yeah.
Say like Cesaro beats him. Cesaro gets the title shot in October. Roman faces him at Survivor Series. You have Roman standing over Cena and Survivor Series, and then Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson comes out, sets up their WrestleMania match.
Yep.
Just thinking out loud.
I think we can fully agree that like if Cena were to win, he'd be dropping it to Roman in the next couple months. Back to Roman.
I would say it's Survivor Series.
Yeah. Especially if The Rock is supposed to be back. Because like it's almost the parallels. What they just did with Roman beating was it who did he just verse? I'm fucking blanking. Edge, yes, thank you. Jesus.
Too much of the alcohols.
Yeah, I know, brain's fried. But they had Roman have this big win. Who's left? He's done it all. He's beat everybody. John Cena comes out. Now, Survivor Series, same issue. Roman finally beats Cena. He's the champion. Who's left? Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Oh, hey. I mean, that's that. I would like to see it. Because we all know it's Roman versus The Rock at next WrestleMania, right? I mean, I shouldn't say we know, but all signs point to that.
Yeah, no, that's definitely on in the cards, especially because we know Vince McMahon. We love the money.
Well, it's like our friend Eric always likes to say, AEW and all these other guys can bring in all these great names like Punk and Bryan and all that, but then Vince McMahon can just be like, hey, Dwayne, kind of need your help here, bud. That's your biggest star in the freaking planet. The world I forget which magazine it was, but literally the number one thing to love about America, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So
yeah,
it's a pretty good trump card.
All right, let's move on to the other wrestling company, AEW.
What a debut they had for Rampage, huh?
Yep.
I am still amazed at the outcome of that.
Me too.
Which one?
Not expecting that at all.
You talking about Christian Omega?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can dive into that real quick. So Christian Cage is the new Impact World Champion.
Yep.
Which is good for one of two reasons. One, it makes their title match now at All Out that much more interesting. Champion versus champion. He's already beaten Kenny Omega once. Can he do it again? But also it's good because the belt collector loses one of those belts and now doesn't have to worry about showing up on Impact, because from what I read, it doesn't look like Don Callis and Kenny Omega are stepping foot on Impact ever again, which is huge.
Was there like heat there, or I didn't see that.
Moore kind of tweeted how, I want to pull up the exact tweet, but if it was something along the lines of, it feels right having Christian as my champion.
Okay.
Hold on. I need to spell his name right.
Just think about that too, Matt. If you told me like 4 years ago Christian would be Impact World Champion in 2021, pretty freaking cool because
Yeah.
what was that, like 15 years in between his last time he had the title? When it was probably the NXT title still at the time, I think. In his first run over there.
No, I
Yeah.
don't think he had the Impact title at all.
It was TNA that he was champion of, but they were still using the NWA belt at the time.
Yes, correct. Yeah. So Scott Demore tweeted, "It feels like the world is right again after tonight's AEW Rampage. The Impact Wrestling World title belongs to @Christian 4 Peeps. It's time to bid adieu to Kenny Omega Man X and @Don Callis. It's time to say goodbye. Kisses, finger gun. Good night. Bang."
Bang.
So yeah, it seems like those two are done working together as well, which is good.
Well, see, this is what we kind of talked about before so now it looks like Hangman officially won't be in the main event because they've announced Christian and all that. Thought it could have been a misdirect on my end, but Hangman seemingly had his first child, so he's taking some time off. He'll be back, and he'll likely be the one to beat Omega at Full Gear in November, is now what everyone seems to be thinking. I know, right? We won't see that, unfortunately. But I still like the match with Christian was great. The finish was good because, for once the heels, interfering caught up to him, because the Elite's been interfering in each other's matches for how freaking long now? Like almost every single title match is always something. And that spot when Christian hit that kill switch on the chair was fucking brutal. Like, I don't know how Kenny Omega didn't like snap his neck, but he is that good. And we were talking about, like I was saying before, he was holding all the championships, kind of thought it was going to be that slow descent of you lose one, then you lose another one, and then you lose the main championship. But with how it went with Andrade in AAA, they said AEW allegedly asked them not to have Omega lose the title yet. Mm-hmm. So maybe they are going to have that slow build toward the Hangman match, and they don't want him to look super weak going into their coming pay-per-views. So Rampage, man, what an hour of TV. Even Fuego del Sol versus Miro, that it barely lasted 5 minutes, but that was a great sprint. They had that genuine moment after where he won his contract, which allegedly wasn't, he didn't know it was going to happen. I think a lot of people, could have predicted it, but for him at that time, he didn't know. I mean, the guy was 1-49 or something like that when they showed his record, which was wild. But he's super over, and now he gets his full-time contract. So, and Miro is just how well have they booked that man?
Very. But before we finish talking about that, Christian Cage was last when he was the NWA World Champion was up until May 13th, 2007. He went from January to May. And it was basically because the NWA ended their business agreement with TNA. TNA didn't initially recognized the vacancy and had Angle defeat Christian Cage and staying in the three-way match to win the quote-unquote first ever TNA World Championship.
Okay.
So that's how they did that. Also, by the way, Nick Aldis is currently still the NWA World Champion for over 1,000 days.
Yep, he's been champion for a long time.
But let's digress. They have been fantastic with the booking with Miro. He's looked super, super good. He's basically, in my opinion, a better version of what WWE did with him. So personally, I think that was a little bit better for AEW.
Diego, are you okay, buddy?
They're booking him the better way.
I think he's going to be the one that takes the title off Hangman if that's how it goes. Because whenever Miro does indeed lose that championship, whenever you guys are done texting, we can continue the episode though.
I'm not texting.
Just kidding. No, quiet. Good debut. Fridays in Chicago. CM Punk allegedly incoming. Biggest event in AEW's history. Yep. Biggest crowd in AEW's history. Up. Dude, don't say that. Don't
get your hopes up.
If he doesn't come out, that's a huge letdown for their fans. Literally, it's in Chicago, the biggest.
Yeah, you know what else is in Chicago? Their pay-per-view.
Yeah, I know. Omega versus Darby. I'm sorry, not Omega. Punk versus Darby incoming. Any final thoughts on Rampage? What do we think of Velvet versus Baker? Velvet was great again. She's just a freaking star. Just throw that out there real quick.
Yeah, no, she's definitely working her way up in the women's roster. But I think the one thing I want to see from Rampage more is, so on Dynamite, their women's division has been kind of low-key non-existent. I would like to see on Rampage that they boost the women's division a little bit more and use that time to get that women's division more over. Mm-hmm. Also, as well, I would like that show not to be all about the elite. You already have that in Dynamite. Let that show be for people who need the time on national television.
Cool. Final thoughts?
Diego?
Oh, so all right. Does Punk debut on Friday for AEW? What do you think? I say yes.
I'm gonna say no.
Diego, what do you think?
I'd say yes, actually.
All the hints are there. If they don't do it, huge disappointment.
I'm just saying no, just because
you can't get your hopes up.
I can't get my hopes up.
I can't even watch it. I'm gonna be watching John Mulaney at the Wilbur Theater on Friday.
I can't wait to troll the fuck out of you the entire time.
Shutting my phone off. Don't want to know.
I'm going to say nothing but the CM Punk kissing face emojis at you the entire time. Just let you figure out what it means.
Oh my god.
Well, right. From us here at Suplex Biddies, let's all go to bed.
Hold on. Any final thoughts, Diego, before we
nothing like cuddling and grabbing.
Jones?
This show was so good until I fucked up the ad earlier. It's on the site. The show was going great until I fucked up the ad. All right.
It's fun.
From all of us here, big shout out to Couch Guy Sports. Big shout out to our sponsor, Exogun.
Hey.
Use exogun.com. Use code CGS10 for 10% off. Comes with a carrying case, charger, and helps you with a massage at a moment's notice, which is much needed for us old folk nowadays. Yep. Again, couchguysports.com. Go check out. Use the internet one time. Big shout out to my two co-hosts here who keep me entertained every single week. No matter what the topic is, they're always bringing the spiciness. And, having Diego on not only one, but two podcasts from time to time, it, boy, does it turn into a dandy. and then added Hunneman's charisma and comedic timing as well. Boy, can the content
have any charisma left after throwing up all that alcohol last night, but
so before final thing I will say, I was a great friend last night. I picked up my friend in a moment's notice. And literally in the car, I need you to pull over. I need you to pull over. I'm gonna throw up everywhere. So what did I do?
At least I told you, didn't just do it on the floor.
I pulled over. That's a big one. This kid with the cleanest door open throw up I've ever seen in my entire life. Opens the door.
Somersault, backflip, boom.
Nope, shut your mouth. No, you did not. Projectile vomits outside of my car. And I go, hey, Hunneman, you good? And all of a sudden, I just see this. Just a thumbs up. And I was like, oh, yep.
That sounds just like me.
So from all of us here at Suplex Biddies, I'm your host, Chris Jones. That's Andrew. I puke outside of cars. Hunneman. Diego soft serve vanilla haircut Galvez. We're signing off. We'll see you guys next week for episode 23 of the Suplex Biddies.
Talk about CM Punk's debut.
I can't talk about how wrong you are.